You know that person who hasn't updated their profile picture since 2019? No holiday dumps, no gym selfies, no aesthetic coffee shots. Their profile looks like they created an account and immediately went off the grid. While everyone else is taking 20 versions of the same photo just to find one that feels acceptable, they are just existing. Must be nice. We all know someone like this. Maybe it's a friend, or maybe it's you. Most people assume they're shy, insecure, or hiding something, but psychology tells us something completely different. These people aren't avoiding attention out of fear. They are intentionally opting out. And when you look at how their minds work, they might just be the most fascinating people on the internet. In psychology, this choice comes down to where you place your sense of self-worth. Psychologist Julian Rotter called this the locus of control. Most social media users operate on an external locus of control. Their internal mood relies on external signals like likes, comments, and views. When you post a photo, your brain anticipates a reward. Every notification triggers a small release of dopamine. Over time, this conditions you to seek digital reassurance just to feel valid. People who don't post operate on an internal locus of control. According to self-determination theory, their sense of competence and value comes from within. They don't need strangers tapping a heart icon to confirm their identity. To them, an experience is complete the moment it happens. No digital proof required. I used to have a friend named Marcus who was a complete digital ghost. We went on this incredible trip to the coast a few years ago. The sunset on the final evening was unbelievable. Bright orange, deep purple, completely still. Everyone pulled out their phones immediately. People were adjusting angles, finding the right lighting, framing the perfect shot for their stories. I turned around and Marcus was just standing there with his hands in his pockets, watching. His phone was in his bag. I asked him, "Aren't you going to take a picture?" He just smiled and said, "No, I'm already here." That line stuck with me for years. He didn't need to capture the moment to prove he lived it. Sociologist Irving Goffman introduced a framework called dramaturgical theory. He argued that social life is a continuous theatrical performance. On social media, your profile acts as your stage. Every photo you upload is a curated attempt at front-stage impression management. You choose how you want the world to perceive your lifestyle, appearance, and success. However, maintaining this digital persona creates significant cognitive friction. Research shows that people with high dopamine sensitivity reach optimal social stimulation much faster. They find the act of broadcasting their life exhausting rather than rewarding. Instead of performing for an invisible audience, they choose to stay backstage. By avoiding the performance entirely, they protect their mental energy from public evaluation. They prefer genuine connection over calculated perception. There's an invisible tax that comes with documenting everything you do. As soon as you pull out your phone to take a photo, a subtle shift happens in your mind. You stop simply experiencing the moment and you start producing it. You go from asking, "Does this feel good?" to "Does this look good?" The sunset becomes a backdrop. Dinner becomes a prop. A night out with friends turns into a photo shoot where everyone has to look perfectly happy. People who don't post understand this trade-off completely. They realize that the second you turn your life into a performance, you lose the raw magic of living it. They aren't missing out on memories, they're just keeping those memories for themselves, instead of putting them up for auction. From a psychological standpoint, posting a photo triggers what psychologists call the spotlight effect. This is a cognitive bias where we overestimate how much other people are paying attention to our appearance and behavior. For many, hitting upload introduces an unnecessary layer of anticipatory anxiety. Your brain begins processing a series of micro-stressors. Who viewed the story? Why didn't certain people like it? What will people think of this outfit? Studies on cognitive load show that tracking these micro-interactions drains mental bandwidth. People who refrain from posting have simply evaluated this trade-off. They recognize that a few seconds of digital validation doesn't justify hours of subconscious overthinking. By opting out, they eliminate the cognitive friction entirely. They protect their peace by refusing to participate in the game. At the end of the day, neither way of living makes you better or worse than anyone else. Some people share photos because it helps them feel connected and remembered. Others keep their lives private because it helps them stay grounded and present. Both approaches are completely valid. But here's the real question to ask yourself the next time you open your camera app. Are you taking that photo to hold on to a memory, or are you posting it to ask the internet for proof that your life actually matters? Because the people who never post aren't questioning their self-worth. They already know who they are without the audience. Which one are you? Drop a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more simple breakdowns of everyday human behavior.